Not at all. Not at all. Because listen, before the series began, one of the reasons I said I was picking Golden State was because unlike a banged-up Milwaukee team and unlike a banged-up Miami Heat team, the Warriors had several scoring options. You poo-pooed it. You said I was crazy. You said I was living in the past. You said I was a lunatic, but I was right.
That's true.
Klay Thompson, last night, 21 points. I don't know where this notion, and it's not just you, Nick, but this notion out there that Klay is washed. Klay Thompson hit 5 3-pointers last night, 21 points, as I said. But more than that, this entire postseason, his numbers are exactly the same as they have been throughout his postseason career. Almost identical. So, and he's got, Nick, 4 games this whole playoff run where he scored fewer than 15 points. The only postseason in which he did that or better was 2016. That's it. Every other postseason run during their championship march, he has had more games where he scored less than 15 points than this season. So he's always been a bit up and down in the playoffs, but Klay is still Klay. Andrew Wiggins, Nick, you know, I'm not going to beat you over the head with it, but you know I like this move from the get-go. Andrew Wiggins is a legitimate 20-point scorer. He just doesn't have that, you know, I got to be the number one guy type of ego, which is great because you got number one, number two type talent, but you're willing to play a role and fit in. And as the third or fourth scorer, he's phenomenal in Golden State. And he's always had every single physical attribute you would need to be a great defender on the wing. And that's what he's become as a role player in Golden State. And then Jordan Poole, the fourth scorer on the team. Jordan Poole was big last night. We know he hit the 2 big threes at the end of the third quarter. And 2 of them in the last minute, 20 seconds, both gave them the lead. This one obviously was huge. And not really completely luck. Obviously, there's a lot of luck there. But remember, he did a similar thing earlier in the playoffs. So I'm just saying, like, he works on that type of thing. All right, now, there's this notion that Poole has fallen off in the playoffs. He doesn't
work on off the backcourt.
Look at this. Look at this. You guys are bitter because your team's falling off, but still, look at this. His numbers have gone down as his role changed and his minutes. Because of the minutes, Nick. He was starting all the first series he started. He started 51 games this season. The minutes have fallen because Steph is fully healthy and Klay is fully healthy. But he's scoring at the same rate. Look at the numbers.
Okay, but Brew, his minutes have also fallen because Kerr has been afraid to play him because he's a turnstile on defense and his shooting percentage has plummeted since round 1. But I don't want to talk about any of that. I don't want to talk about Klay. The Klay numbers were very compelling, by the way. Good job by you there. I don't want to talk about Andrew Wiggins because, my God, have I not given my 3 pounds of flesh to Andrew Wiggins yet? I think I have. And I don't talk about Jordan Poole because you're out here arguing he practices banked-in 35-footers when I don't think he does.
I didn't say banked.
He might practice end of... Okay. Well, that's what made it luck, Brew.
35
the reason we thought it was luck
I said there was a lot of luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay. I want to talk about Steph, though, because, yes, I am shocked. And Wild, you know one of the reasons I was shocked is because I was told this wasn't possible, not by Brew, but by none other than our esteemed friend of the show, great guy, Jeff Van Gundy, who during Game 4 compared what Steph Curry was doing with these Warriors to LeBron in 2018 with that ragtag Cavs team. And then Brew, the next day, took it a step further to compared it to Michael Jordan's flu game and Isaiah Thomas on a sprained ankle coming within 1 point of beating Magic, Kareem, and Worthy. And this is my frustration because Steph Curry was really bad last night. That's not shocking. Steph's been really bad 5 times in his finals career. 5 separate games he has been last night or worse. And it's also not shocking they won. They're now 3-2. What is shocking to me, and maybe it shouldn't be, is that we continue to have this little carve out where Steph being an all-timer is not enough. We must embellish it. We must lie about what we're seeing. And you saw comparing Steph Curry carrying these Warriors in game 4 to Iverson in 01 or LeBron in 18, as was done during the broadcast, is laughable, as proven by last night. Hey, Steph can be terrible and they can win. They can win going away with Steph having the first playoff game of his career where he doesn't hit a three-pointer. It's just, and you laughed, but I'm not kidding. If you don't think between today and game 6, all of a sudden listen, I'm not sure, what percent Steph's ankle and foot are. If you don't think that narrative is going to come right back,
that's gone.
Then you haven't been paying attention. It's gone? Okay, well, next time you talk to your good friend and media mogul Bill Simmons, tell him it's gone. Because this morning he said it. He said, I think Steph's hurt. He said, I was at the game. I don't know how it looked on TV. I think Steph's hurt. I mean, I think he has a pretty big platform. So that's what's so frustrating to me about the Steph stuff. It's not good enough that he's one of the 15 greatest players ever. He's got to be one of the 10 greatest when nobody actually makes the list and has him there. Like, there's all of this stuff, this added little pizzazz we throw on it that's unnecessary.
Okay, don't you think, and this is going to be a hot take that's going to get you mad, that Steph still demanded so much defensive attention from the Celtics that even though he didn't make a three, that obviously, surprise, surprise, Andrew Wiggins goes crazy, has one of the probably the defining game of his career. Don't you think that Steph deserves a sliver of the credit pie just for dragging so many defenders over there? So he is impacting the game,
of course,
even though he's literally not making a three.
Of course, his gravity will. It's the reverse Draymond. His gravity will always help the team. I'm not denying that, but gravity alone is not enough to beat the Boston Celtics if you have just a bunch of nobodies around you. And during Game 4, Van Gundy said it, and then Brew came on TV and compared it to the flu game. And again, the flu game's a misnomer because it's really the terrible hangover game, but still, Brew, you know as well as I know that the Bulls were down with 25 seconds left, and Michael Jordan had a 4-point possession in that game. He had 38 points and was dominant on both ends in that game. You compared it to the Isaiah Thomas performance. Like, I don't know why we feel the need to overstate it and overdo it with Steph.
Let me tell you.
It's not shocking that he had a 6 for 20 or whatever he had. We've seen him do that in the finals a bunch of times.
It's very comparable to the flu game. I mean, does every play have to be exactly the same? I guess so with what you just said. But it's very comparable overall to the flu game and to Iverson's game 1 in 2011. I compared it to Isaiah's game on the bad ankle, which they lost, by the way. All right, I compared it to that because this would be the one playoff moment you remember about Steph. Isaiah won 2 championships, averaged 27 in his last one when they won the finals against Portland, and we remember that quarter more than any of them in a game he lost. So that's why I compared it, because this will be the definitive Steph playoff moment unless something else happens going forward.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.